In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite neighborhoods in the city of Querétaro. These are 3 places that would be at the top of my list if I was looking for a place to live here. In each one, I'm going to show you what it's like, show you around a little bit, and show you some real estate options. This neighborhood is called Jardines de la Hacienda. It's pretty close to the very desirable Zona Centro. In this neighborhood, I especially love a lot of the streets and homes that are close to this big park here. There's really a lot of beautiful homes. There's not a ton of traffic down these roads. It's quiet, and you have this park. Very close by are a lot of great restaurants. From here, it is a very, very walkable part of town. So I've been spending a lot of time in this neighborhood lately because this is where my girlfriend has her clinic, and I've come to enjoy this place very quickly. If you're looking for a home to rent or buy, looking on a website like Inmuebles24 is great. But another awesome way to find a good place is to just walk up and down the streets or drive up and down the streets in whatever neighborhood you want to find a place in and look for signs that say "Se vende" or "Se renta." So I'm going to walk down a few streets here and see if I can find any. I had to walk up about 2.5 streets until I finally found one for sale. Park is 2 blocks over that way. I'll text them on WhatsApp to get the price and more information on the place. Is this the nicest place in the neighborhood? No, not by any means, but the location is awesome, so it definitely has some remodel potential, I'm sure. So that house that was for sale is right down this block, but then I walked another half a block and I see one for sale here. It looks like it used to be a business of some kind, but if you go 2 blocks this way, you can see the park. You can see the big trees from the park right down there. On this corner, like, you have some really nice places. Like, this one's really nice, this one's really nice. This one's really nice, so pretty nice area. In this neighborhood, you have a great mix of affordable restaurants and higher end places. Like right here is a taco joint, an enchilada shop, a torta or like a sandwich place. Here's a panaderia. So you have those very affordable options, or you can walk just a few blocks this way and get to some really nice ones as well. Something the city of Guadalajara is well known for is the food carne en su jugo, or like meat in its juice, and it's so good. But here's a restaurant that I just came across here in Jardines de la Hacienda called Carnes en su jugo. So I'm going to have to come here and give that a try because it's been ages since I've had it and I miss it dearly. In Sunday's live stream, Mai was saying that she has practiced judo, and I just saw a sign here for Krav Maga classes, and I've actually done Krav Maga, and I think it's a valuable life skill to know some sort of self-defense, and also like Krav Maga, it's an awesome workout, so it's something I would like to do again. All right, now let's hop on over to the computer to see what kind of real estate options we have in Jardines de la Hacienda. Okay, so I'm going to search on Google, Casas en Venta, Querétaro, Jardines de la Hacienda. And then I'm gonna look for the Inmuebles24 listing because that's my favorite real estate website in Mexico. Okay, and here we have a bunch of options in Jardines de la Hacienda. So now let me hop on over to one that I've already picked out that I like. So this one has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath. It says it has a 3-car garage, but this picture looks like a 2-car garage to me, so I'm a little bit confused about that. But it's 4.6 million pesos, and let's look at some of the pictures. I like the backyard here. That's nice. Yeah, that definitely looks like a 2-car garage to me. Oh, but I see that behind this walk-in door, there's a car parked. So although it's a 2-car garage, you can definitely fit a 3rd car in there. Yeah, I mean, I like the looks of it. And it's a fairly large house. You have 367 square meters of construction, so that's almost 4,000 square feet. And with 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths at 4.6 million pesos? Yeah, that seems like a decent option to me. Okay, now let's search for places for rent in Jardines. So, Casas en Renta, Querétaro, Jardines de la Hacienda. Okay, I'm going to click on the Inmuebles24 listing. Alright, and we have various for rent options here. And I already picked out one that I like, so I'm going to show you that one. So this is an apartment with 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2 parking spaces, and it's actually a penthouse, so you get the rooftop. And it's 18,000 pesos, or about $900 US at the current exchange rate. So it says it's a condominium with security, 24 hours a day. It has a pool and jacuzzi, place for events, gym. So it has some extra amenities there that come with many condos or apartment buildings. But let's take a look at some pictures. I like the kitchen there and the big open space with the island. That's nice. Pretty darn spacious. Ooh, yeah, this terrace is awesome. You have the sink up there. It looks like maybe you have a grill, or is that storage? I'm not sure. But yeah, I could definitely see myself spending some time up on the rooftop. Maybe having a little get together with some friends up there. Lots of closet space. A patio off of the bedroom there. Nice views, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, for $900 a month in one of the best neighborhoods in the city, or maybe not one of the fanciest, but it's certainly one of my favorite in terms of all the restaurant options, the location, things like that, the walkability. This seems like a good option to me. And how big is the place? It's 130 square meters, so that's something like 1,450 square feet, but it says it's 230 meters total. So I'm guessing that might include the rooftop penthouse. But yeah, with all of this in a great location at $900 a month, I could see myself living here. By the way, my name is Jordan, and if you're liking this video, please subscribe to the channel. You can do so for free with the click of a button. I'll have many more coming out just like this one from here in Querétaro. Nos gustaría compartir 3 platillos, brochetas de picaña, ¿sí? Ensalada caprese y camarones pasante, por favor.
¿Todo al mismo tiempo?
Sí, está bien. Gracias. Today for lunch we're at this restaurant called Pasante in Jardines. We've been here once before and it was really tasty the last time, so I'm excited to try some different dishes this time. I don't think Maya was ready to be on camera today. You were not expecting this. So anyway, I'll show you when the food comes out and tell you how it is. We were going to share all 3 of these dishes, but as it turns out, the caprese salad came out with walnuts on it, and I can't have walnuts, so I'm trying the shrimp right now, and they're pretty good. I'm not raving about them, but I think I'd get them again. And next, it's on to the picaña, which is, I just looked up the translation of this because I didn't know what cut of meat picaña was in English, and it's their sirloin cap, or like the top sirloin cap. So this is a brocheta, which just means it's on a stick, I think, and this one also has goat cheese in it as well. So I'll give this a try. Maybe it's not the most tender meat or the most well cooked, but it is good, and I really like the addition of the goat cheese.
I think the flavor is good, but it's a little bit dry.
It's a little bit dry, okay. Yeah, I think it could have some more moisture to it as well. And how about the salad?
The salad is so good.
Yeah, I was disappointed I couldn't have that. It's kind of funny, when you order brochetas in the US, it's always like a little piece of bread, maybe there's a cheese spread on it, and then a piece of meat on top, or like tomatoes on top, or something like that. However, here, whenever you order brochetas, the thing of the same name, it's always on a stick. It's not bread, it's just a totally different dish. This shrimp dish is interesting. It's some fairly large shrimp on top of a bed of transparent Asian noodles, is what the menu said, and that's sauteed with some vegetables like zucchini, and then there's some kind of sauce. It's a dark sauce that's pretty spicy. What?
It's not spicy.
It's spicy for gringos. So for the 3 dishes and 2 non-alcoholic drinks, it was 746 pesos. I would say that place was good, but not great. Like Mai said, the meat was probably a little overcooked, but the flavor profile of that was really good. You said you liked the caprese salad, which I couldn't try. And then the shrimp, it was good, but not great. The next neighborhood I absolutely love is called Carretas. Carretas is located just adjacent to this giant, beautiful aqueduct that spans across the city. It's within walking distance of Centro. It's a really nice neighborhood with lots of mature trees, a couple of nice parks, and beautiful homes as well. Carretas is lined with cobblestone streets, and while cobblestone is like pleasant to look at, usually the functionality of it kind of sucks, because when you're driving on it's like it's just a nightmare. I hate it so much. But while the streets here are cobblestone, they have two lines of smoother stones to drive on, which makes getting through the neighborhood a lot nicer. When walking through Carretas, I noticed that a lot of the homes are beautiful, but I was actually looking for a rental here in this neighborhood a little over a year ago. And at that time, when I was looking for rentals, I was having the darndest time finding a home for rent where it didn't look really dated on the inside. Now, I'm sure a lot of these homes have been remodeled, but it seems like most of the remodeled ones are already occupied. If I can compare Carretas to Jardines de la Hacienda, the homes here in Carretas are generally bigger and nicer than in a Jardines, and also the neighborhood is quieter. There's more trees here. So I think overall, I like the neighborhood of Carretas more in that sense. However, here, it's not as walkable as Jardines. Yes, it's closer to Centro, and Centro is within walking distance if you're willing to make like the 20-25 minute walk. But I mean, in terms of like short walking distance to restaurants, you're going to be pretty limited. Like there's a Starbucks, there's an Irish pub, and there's a couple other options. But to get to like the main restaurant scene near here, you have to go to Centro. Something else I love about this neighborhood is there's so many unique homes here, like this orange brick one, and then right next to it you have this super unique looking stone home. It looks like they're from two totally different parts of the world, but they're right next door to each other, and there's a lot of unique places like these in Carretas. And now I'm strolling through Carretas Park, which is actually one of my favorite parks in the whole city, and there's been a lot of Tangerine Travels videos filmed right here, because no matter the time of day, no matter how bright or hot the sun is, there's always shade, it's always peaceful, it's always quiet, and it's just, there's a lot of nice backgrounds and a nice area here. I like it. I thought it was so random. One day I'm walking through this park and I start seeing a bunch of green parrots, and we're in the middle of the country here. We're nowhere near like rainforest or nowhere near the coast or jungle or anything like that, so I thought it was really random to see parrots here. And this is also a popular park to come for a date or come for a picnic, things like that. Now let's hop on over to the computer to see what real estate options are available for rent or for purchase here in this neighborhood. We'll go to Google, search Casas en Venta Querétaro, Carretas. And then we click on the Inmuebles 24 listing, which is almost always at the top of the list in the Google search results. And I already picked out a couple of homes here in Carretas that I could see myself possibly being interested in, so I'll show you those. All right, so this one is 8.3 million pesos. It's about 3,700 square feet, 3 bed, 2.5 baths. It's a corner lot. I really like the looks of the house here, and you can see that it's right next to one of the streets that I was showing you in Carretas with the stones there. But yeah, nice looking house from the street. Anyway, let's take a look at some photos. It's fairly wide too. I mean, it's not decorated the way I would want it, but I could see, I can picture like something that I would like in this home. Nice backyard though, I like that. Okay, now let's go on to the next one. So this home is 7 million pesos. It's a little over 3,000 square feet. It has 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and this one's a more modern one. You'll see that right away in the photos. So I like the street view here. I'm confused. Is this, I think that's just a street view, but before the garage or before the gate was put in. A big old door. Oh, I love that it has a tree growing inside the house. That's awesome. And you can tell it has lots of natural light. I like the design of this house. Love the kitchen. More plants indoors. Nice little backyard. Yeah, I mean, I could see myself living here for sure. And in the neighborhood of Carretas, one of my favorite neighborhoods in the whole city. Yeah, I'd be all over this place if I had the money for it and was looking for a home to purchase in Querétaro. All right, now let's go find a place to rent in Carretas. So, casas en renta, Querétaro, Carretas. Okay, we have various listings here, but I already picked one out that I liked, so I'll go ahead and show you that one. So this home is 17,000 pesos a month. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, and 220 square meters of construction, or about 2,500 square feet. So let's take a look at some photos here. I like the street view there. I like the house number. Sometimes that's actually like a little bit of a selling point for me, if it has a house number I like. I know, it's kind of weird. Has a little bit of a backyard, not too much grass there. I mean, like I was saying, when I was looking for a place to rent here in Carretas about a year ago, most of the options seem kind of dated, and this one kind of does too, with the darker wood and this darker tile. Kind of looks like something out of the 80s, or maybe my time periods are off, but it's definitely not from recent times. But I mean, you get some new flooring in there, you fill it with furniture you like, and maybe this is a place that I would like to live. But when I was looking for homes in Carretas, I definitely found myself preferring the ones that were available for purchase over the ones that were available for rent. So that's something to consider, but I'm sure your tastes are at least a little bit different than mine, so maybe you'll find some stuff you would like here. The third neighborhood in Querétaro that I would love to live in is called Alamos, and specifically Alamos Dos. This one is very similar to Carretas because the neighborhood is of a similar age. You have these big mature trees and these various green areas. It's also walking distance to Zona Centro. However, you don't have all the noise of Zona Centro here in Alamos because it's like off of the main streets, and these streets don't get a ton of traffic. And like Carretas, they're cobblestone, and there's a lot of nice houses here. So, I mean, overall, I just think Alamos Dos is a wonderful neighborhood. Okay, now let's see what kind of real estate options are available in Alamos. All right, let's go to Google and search Casas en Renta Querétaro Alamos Segunda Sección, because it's the second Alamos Dos, or the second section of Alamos. Okay, let's click on the first listing here. These are properties for rent. So scrolling through here, I see there's very few homes available for rent, and most of these listings are offices for rent. So I'll show you one, although it's not my favorite by any means. Like I'm not raving about this place, but it's 17,500 pesos a month, and it's in a great neighborhood. I like the street view, and maybe the photos just aren't that great, and it's actually nicer than it looks, but we'll take a look at the photos here. I like the entryway. The garage is nice. Backyard is pretty weird. I don't get what the point of that photo is. Yeah, I mean, maybe the person just making this listing and taking the photos just isn't very good at what they do. So maybe it has potential. But it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, and you're looking at about 2,600 square feet of construction, so it's a fairly large house. And at 17.5 in a really nice neighborhood, maybe that's not so bad. All right, now let's look for homes for sale in Alamos. Casas en venta. Querétaro, Alamos, segunda sección. Click on the first listing in Muebles 24. There's only 18 options here, but I did find one that I really liked. It was actually the very first one that I clicked on right here. All right, so this home is selling for 6 million pesos. This one is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom. It has 290 square meters of construction, which is about 3,300 or 3,400 square feet. But let's take a look at some pictures. So immediately I noticed how much natural light this is, and I love the open space. I love this house. Yeah, I mean, the views out from the dining room there. You have those big, beautiful windows. Really nice looking kitchen as well. I really like the back patio area. It looks like you might be sharing a communal yard with a handful of other houses. I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but I'm guessing it's part of some HOA or something where you pay a monthly maintenance fee and they take care of the grounds for you. But yeah, really nice looking bedroom. I love the vaulted ceilings there. Ooh, yeah. The toilet's up on a pedestal here, so you feel like a king when you're going to the bathroom. I like the closet. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see myself buying this place. I love it. But yeah, so those are some of the real estate options available for you here in Alamos. Although I really love Alamos, I do have to say that driving here is pretty annoying because they have the cobblestone streets, and unlike Carretas, they don't have the smooth paths for your tires. So driving here is really bumpy. But I don't know about you, but I tend to find that annoying. When you come to Mexico, you're going to find that when you do a Google search, your results will be in Spanish. When you go to a lot of your favorite websites, they'll be in Spanish. Well, an easy way to change this is to get a VPN. With a VPN and the click of a button, you can change your location virtually to the United States or Canada or wherever else you want to be. And that will turn all your websites and Google searches back into English. And this will also help give you access to location restricted content. Whenever there's content that I want to watch where I have to be located in the US, for example, I activate the VPN, and like 8 out of 10 times that works and I can access that content. And also sometimes it helps out with banking as well. For example, I'll be on a bank's website and I won't be able to do some function without being located in the US, but I activate the VPN and boom, the banking function or app works again. If you would like to check out my favorite VPN, you can go to tangerinevpn.com. That's my affiliate link and it will take you right there. They're running a sale. It's 80% off plus 3 extra months free. Again, that's tangerinevpn.com. Recently on the channel, I introduced my new girlfriend. She's a lovely woman who was born and raised here in Querétaro. If you haven't seen that video, you can click on that right here. But before you go, please subscribe to the channel and I will see you on Saturday morning.